Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com or you can find the link to the website in the description below. Restaurant stocks might be in sweet spot right now, and here's why. Investors are getting increasingly worried about the US economy that it might be rolling over. Fear is creeping in. When this happens, Wall Street often misprices consumer facing businesses, especially ones that depend on discretionary spending like restaurants. But it's also important to understand that fear creates opportunities. Consumers don't completely stop dining out during downturns. In fact, recognized brands with loyal customer base tend to hold up better than investors expect. With this in mind, take a look at Bloomin Brands Inc., traded on NASDAQ under symbol BLMN. This is not a new name for income investor publication. We first talked about it back in March. It is now trading below that price, but this decline could be a blessing in disguise for those who are patient and seeking high dividend yields. John, can you tell us what does Bloomin Brands do?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Bloomin Brands owns and operates a portfolio of well-known casual dining restaurants, both here in the U.S. and internationally, and operates through two business segments, U.S. and international franchise. Bloomin Brands has four concept restaurants: Outback Steakhouse, casual steakhouse; Carrabba's Italian Grill, authentic Italian cuisine; Bonefish Grill, which specializes in market fresh fish from around the world, hand cut in-house daily; and Fleming's Prime Steakhouse and Wine Bar, which is a classic American steakhouse. The company has more than 1,450 restaurants in 46 states, as well as in Guam and 12 countries.
John, looking at the recent financial reports, the bullish case for BLMN stock gets stronger.
Yeah, now on August 6th, Bloomin' Brands reported its financial results for the second quarter. The company's revenue came in at $1 billion, which was slightly higher than the same period a year ago. Its earnings overall were mixed. Adjusted diluted earnings per share came in at 32 cents compared to 45 cents in the same prior year period. On a generally accepted accounting principle or GAAP basis, EPS were 30 cents per share compared to 32 cents per share in the second quarter of 2024. EPS, though, in the first half of 2025 reached 79 cents. By comparison, the first half of 2024, Bloomin' Brands had a net loss of 64 cents per share. Bloomin' Brand management also revised its outlook for the full year. Now expects EPS of $1 to $1.10 per share. This is down slightly from previous guidance of $1.08 to $1.28 per share. On the surface, these revisions may look disappointing, but here's the thing. BLMN stock already trades as if Bloomin' Brands were in serious trouble. It's not. It's far from reality. The company remains profitable.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And John, I see that BLMN stockholders keep receiving decent dividends.
Well, yeah, and now to the part that income investors really like, and that's dividends. Bloomin' Brands has been returning cash to shareholders through both dividends and buybacks. The stock price has dropped. The yield on BLM stock has climbed into the high single digits. Yes, there was a dividend cut in late 2024, but that doesn't mean the payout disappeared altogether. Income is still on the table. Margins are getting thinner, and the company's management has issued a cautious earnings outlook. But here's what investors shouldn't overlook. The company again remains profitable and committed to rewarding shareholders. That combination alone makes BLMN stock a solid contender for income investors. At the current price, BLMN stock has a dividend yield of 8.26%, paying 60 cents per share on an annual basis.
And John, looking at the BLMN stock price, how's the chart looking? Could it be forming a support around the current price?
As of this recording, BLMN stock is trading at around $7.26 per share. Now that's far below the 52-week high of $17.89 per share. The stock price has, been cut by more than half since then. But pay close attention to what's happening around the $6.50 price level. This level has been tested twice this year, and each time it was defended with buyers coming in. For contrarian investors, this is exactly the kind of setup that can turn into opportunity. If Bloomin' Brands can improve earnings and show even modest improvement, traffic or margins, BLMN stock could move higher from current levels. It's also worth noting that as per the most recent data, close to 13% of the BLMN stock float, that is shares available for trading, was short. There's good news out of the company. This massive number of short shares could make the upside on BLMN stock a little bit sweeter.
John, thank you so much for your insights. Restaurant stocks might be mispriced right now because of all recession fears hanging over the market. But that's when opportunities in these stocks can present themselves. When investors start pricing in too much downside. Bloomin Brands could be worth a look for income investors. It runs a portfolio of well-known restaurants with broad appeal. In its latest quarter, the company reported modest revenue growth and generated profits. For income investors, the key point is that BLMN stock still pays a dividend. The stock price is certainly down significantly from its highs, and that may not look good on the surface, but it does suggest that value investors could be seeing a potential support forming here. The BLMN stock chart does suggest that some support is building up. Lastly, BLMN stock is heavily owned by institutional investors. BlackRock, Vanguard Group, and Starboard Value LP, they're the three biggest holders. Collectively, they own over 28 million shares. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.